Somehow, February is already coming to an end and March is right around the corner. February was sweet, but now it's time to reflect on the last 28 days and reset for the upcoming month. So grab a snack, a notebook, or a laptop, and let's do exactly that. Reset for this next chapter in our lives. Welcome back to my monthly reset video. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Hope you decide to stay. But in today's video, I will be going over my February goals, how I did, if I accomplished my goals, and also set new goals for the upcoming month. I'm going to also budget with you guys, which is pretty boring for me, but I know that a lot of you guys like to see how much I spend for the month. I'm also going to plan out some content for the month of March, create some new vision boards for my phone and my MacBook. So we have a lot to cover in this monthly reset video, so we are just going to jump right in. February flew by, of course. I feel like every month flies by. I got my Invisalign put in, which I have been wanting Invisalign my entire life. So I'm so glad that I was able to start Invisalign, even though it's really annoying to speak with. I don't know if you guys notice a small lisp, but I'm trying to talk with my aligners as much as possible so I can get used to them. Still not 100% there yet, but I'm getting better at talking with them in every day. Hopefully one day I won't even notice that they're in. I feel like I uploaded quite a bit on YouTube as well, and I had fun with filming and editing, which for a while there, maybe because of Vlogmas, I really wasn't having fun with my content anymore. And for February, I decided to take a step back, try new things with my channel, things that I found interesting and fun and that I wanted to do, versus focusing on things that I guess bring in a lot of views. For example, I really cut back on my clothing hauls. Like if you subscribed to my channel almost a year ago, then you would know that I was uploading clothing hauls like once a week because I knew that those videos got a lot of views. Like I love fashion, but those videos really don't bring me joy unless I do it like once or twice a month, and okay, that brings me joy. But if I'm constantly uploading hauls every single week, it does not bring me joy and it does not bring my bank account joy. So I've definitely cut back on those types of videos and focus on creating content that makes me happy and that hopefully inspires at least one or two people out there. For that reason, February has actually been a pretty good month, and I'm excited to check in with you guys, see how I did with my February goals, and then start some new goals for the month of March. Here are my February goals. I broke them down into different categories. So I have personal, finance, health and fitness, and then I have social media. So let's start off with the first category, personal. I'm researching leasing versus buying a car. I actually did that. I know that leasing a car is like renting an apartment and it's frowned upon, versus buying a car is like buying a house. You build equity and in the long term it turns out to be cheaper. But for now, I think I just want to lease a car. I don't think I want to commit to buying a car just yet, but that can obviously change. I still need my driver's license, obviously, so I still have a few more months to think about it and do more research on that, but I can cross that off. I am learning about the home buying process. Yes, I did do that. I honestly just do research here and there and then talk to my husband about it and see what he thinks. I'm reading 4 books. I did that. I actually read 7 books, which is insane. So I'm actually going to write down 7 books. I think that's the most amount of books that I read in 1 month, aside from when I was in college, and I had such a fun time reading all those books. So I'm really proud of myself for that one. I am learning to drive. There is 1 week left of February. Technically, I can learn this weekend because my sister is coming down from Puerto Rico and we're actually going to rent a car. I'm not going to cross it off now, but I do think that I'll be able to achieve this goal before the weekend is over because I do know how to drive. I just need to get more comfortable behind the wheel, if that makes sense. And then moving on to finance, we are only ordering out twice this month. We actually did that, you guys. Aren't you proud? If you watch any of my other monthly reset videos, then you know how bad we are at ordering out. We are only going to Target one time this month, and we actually accomplished that. We went to Target last weekend. That was the only time we went, and we don't have to go back. I am selling 3 items on Mercari. I actually accomplished this goal this morning. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to accomplish it because I didn't accomplish it in January, but someone just bought a 3rd item from me. So thank you to that person because you allowed me to accomplish my goal. These 2 goals are just financial goals that I want to hit for the month of February, and it relates to my YouTube AdSense and Pinterest. I did hit my financial goal with Pinterest, which is amazing. The AdSense for YouTube doesn't finish calculating until the end of February, so I think I'm on track for hitting my goal, but I won't know for sure, so I'm just going to leave that open. I am going to check this off because I did get 2 sponsorships, but the videos won't be up in time for February. Moving on to health and fitness, I am starting Invisalign on February 11th, 2022. I did do that. Very exciting. I am meal planning every week. I have been killing the meal planning, so I am so glad that I actually stuck to it. It has allowed us to not order out as much. So if you are thinking about meal planning, do it. It'll save you so much money. Work out at least 3 times a week. I actually did that. Another thing that I'm super proud of. We are getting ready for the summer, you guys. This is where I feel like I failed. I'm uploading 3 times a week to Pinterest and Instagram. I didn't do that. I uploaded quite a bit on my Instagram stories, but I think the last time I actually uploaded a post to my Instagram was February 7th. So I failed at that completely. I'm uploading once a week to TikTok, did not accomplish that, and completing all of Pinterest campaigns. I actually did do that, which allowed me to hit my revenue goal with Pinterest. I have 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit that. So I am going to check this off because I'm very close to 7,000 subscribers, which I'm super grateful for. Thank you to everyone who's subscribing to my channel. And I have 850,000 channel views on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I hit that. Let me check. I actually have almost 868,000 channel views. I have 5,000 followers on Pinterest. I didn't post all that much on Pinterest, so I unfortunately did not hit that. I think I'm at 4,700 at the time of filming this video. But if you want to follow my Pinterest, definitely go ahead. I upload a bunch of different types of content, and I also upload aesthetic wallpapers. I still need to organize all of these, but I'm going to be uploading more wallpapers for the month of March. So definitely go check it out if you like my wallpapers and you want to twin with me. I'll have it linked below and it'll be under the board aesthetic wallpapers. So not bad. I accomplished some of my February goals. Unfortunately, I didn't accomplish all of them, but that's okay. There's always next month. I definitely need to switch things up, adjust some of my goals to be able to meet them next month. And if I'm being honest, I'm feeling kind of uninspired for my March goals. I don't really have any huge plans for the month of March. I feel like every other month I've had things planned and things that I wanted to accomplish, but I'm going into next month not really having a solid plan. I feel like for the month of January and February, I knew exactly what my goals were before I even wrote them down on a piece of paper. But for March, I am just struggling to come up with goals. I don't know if anyone else feels this way or has felt this way before. I don't know what it is, but for the month of March, I feel like I don't have any huge goals that I want to hit, and I feel like that sounds horrible, but it's the truth. That's where I'm at for the month of March. Let's go have a moment and try to figure out what we want March to look like for us. Okay. Here are my goals for the month of March. And I broke them down into the same categories as always: personal, finance, health and fitness, and social media. For personal, I just have two main goals, which the first one is to book my driver's test. I'm really excited about that. Read 8 books. I bumped it up from 4 books since I was able to read 7 books in February. For finance, I put down that we are only ordering out twice this month. I am selling 4 items on Mercari. I am researching how much money I need to put down for a car if I decide to buy a car instead of leasing it. I have 2 sponsorships for the month of March. Health and fitness, I'm working out 4 times a week. I bumped it up from 3 times a week. I'm meal planning every week. Social media, I'm uploading 4 times on Instagram and TikTok. In my previous month, as you guys can see, I wrote that I would upload 3 times a week, but since I have been struggling to accomplish this goal, I just put a total of 4 times for the month, and then I'm uploading 6 times on Pinterest, 6 times for the whole month, instead of putting 3 times a week, which I've been failing to do. I have 7,510 subscribers on YouTube. I have been growing by 500 subscribers, so I want to increase it at least by 10. Not a huge number, but it definitely makes a difference. I have 910,000 channel views on YouTube, and then I have 4,900 followers on Pinterest. If you guys have watched any of my other reset videos, then you know that I've been using an Excel spreadsheet, and that hasn't really been working out for me, if I'm being honest. So I went on Etsy and I ended up finding a really nice template. It's pink and everything, which I really like. You can change the color obviously if you wanted to, but I kept it pink. When I saw this template, I knew that it was the perfect template for me, and I'm so excited now to budget. So this is what it looks like. I feel like this template has everything that I need. I have a column for my bills, which I went in and customized a little bit already. We have a column for expenses that can change month to month, a savings table, and then a debt table. So for bills, I put in our bills that we pay together, but there are some bills that I pay on my own because they relate to my YouTube channel. So why would I make my husband pay for those things when it has nothing to do with his job? For utilities, they don't really change month to month, so we budget $150 for that, and that's normally how much we end up spending. Streaming services, I've budgeted to the exact dollar, so that's how much we spend a month. Groceries, I need to add health insurance, $219. That's for me. And unfortunately, that does not go down. It stays the same. So my Invisalign is a new column for my budget, and it's something that I pay. My Invisalign was about $6,500. I did put a down payment for my Invisalign, and then I'm just paying $190 a month until I completely pay it off, which is really nice because there's no interest attached to the $190, so I'm not paying more for my Invisalign. I'm just paying the standard price of $6,500 over a few months. So that was really nice that I was able to do that with my orthodontist office. And then Uber, we budget about $100. I need to add that up. Our cell phone, $150. That doesn't really change, so I'm going to include that. Eating out, we budget about $200. And then PicMonkey, Flow app, and TubeBuddy are apps that I pay monthly for. They are on auto pay, which is a good thing and a bad thing because I don't really know how much they actually are. I'm pretty sure TubeBuddy is like $4.99, but I forget how much Flow and PicMonkey are, so I definitely have to look that up. There is one other category that I want to add to this monthly budget, and it's under savings, and I want to put down car. Possible down payment, like I said, I haven't really decided if I want to lease or buy a car. I know that if you buy a car, then 10 to 15% is the standard down payment. And then if you lease the car, you don't really need to put down a down payment except for the first payment of your lease. If I do decide to put a 15% down payment for the car that I want, it would be about $9,700. So I'm just going to put $9,700 down in my budget. I'd rather have that money separated from our savings and our bank accounts in case we do end up buying a car. Does that make sense? And if we end up not buying a car, then we can just move that money into our savings. I'm going to fill out the rest of these columns to see how much we've spent for the month and then start on the March budget. All right, we are now in my bedroom and we're just gonna chill in bed and go over my budget. So again, utilities, streaming services, health insurance, Invisalign, cell phone, and my apps that I pay for all stay the same. For groceries, there's 1 week left of February and we only spent $239.95, which if you saw my last budget for January, we ended up spending $504 with 20 cents on groceries, which was insane to me. We don't buy meat, we don't buy seafood, we don't buy any of that. All we buy are veggies, protein like grains, rice, beans. So there was no reason for us to be spending $500 a month. In just my opinion, it was way too much. And that was pretty much the average for the months prior to January. But this month, I decided to really focus on bringing that down, and I did. So this month, I focused on only stocking up on things that I really needed, and I focused a lot on meal prepping, which meal prepping saves you so much money and so much time that I am kicking myself for not meal prepping earlier. Will next month's groceries be this low? Probably not. February is a short month. I had a question mark next to the $239 because I thought I was going to do groceries this week since it's the last week of February, but I think I won't because we have enough food to last us the rest of the week, and my sister's actually flying in Friday night. We'll probably eat out somewhere or order in. I am second guessing myself. I'm going to add $100 to the groceries just in case we do end up doing a small grocery order before my sister comes in. You know when you have someone visiting and you don't want to buy a lot of things because you end up eating out or you end up going back to the grocery store and getting more things? I'd rather just go grocery shopping with her. So I'm just going to budget an extra $100, which still brings me below $350 for our budget and way below the $500 we spent last month in groceries. For Uber, we actually only ended up spending $74. For Uber last month, we only spent $36, so this month it did go up, but that's okay. We budgeted $100 anyways, and we still didn't hit that. For eating out, $70.83, which again, for January, we spent $180, but in reality, we had a gift card, so it was $280. We brought that down. Now for the savings, I talked to you guys about this already, but for the car down payment, that would be 15% of the down payment if we decide to buy a car. And then I also added a house down payment. We are actually in this apartment for another year. Our lease renews in the beginning of April, so April 1st, and we're here for a whole nother year. We're not buying or moving into a house this year. Hopefully by the time we are ready to buy a house next year, the housing market isn't as crazy as it is right now. Even though we still have a whole year ahead of us, we definitely want to get serious on figuring out how much we can exactly afford and how much we will need for a down payment. We do have savings. We have a nice little nest of savings, but I don't want to touch that for anything else except for an emergency. If we need to dip into those savings for a car or for a house, that will be fine, but I want to try to save as much as possible for each individual purchase. That way we don't have to touch our savings at all. So this is how much we spent. Wait, is rent not on here? Rent is not on here. Okay, let me add rent. I'm like, we only spent $1,400 last month. There's no way. And then I remember our rent. There we go. That looks more accurate. So for the month of February, we spent $3,828 with 92 cents. I do want to say that we probably spent a little over $4,000 because sometimes if we want a snack, we'll go to the convenience store nearby, things like that I don't really count in the monthly budget. But there's really no crazy purchase that we have done in the past month that would put us like even close to $4,500. But yeah, that is how much we spent this month, $3,828 with 92 cents. And I need to budget for March. I am going to keep everything pretty much the same except for eating out. I am going to increase this to $300 only because my sister is coming, and of course whenever you have a family visiting, you always end up spending money on eating out and ordering in. I'm going to add category for pets and I'm going to budget $150. I'm going to bring Uber down to $75. I think everything else looks fine. Yeah, so that is pretty much our budget for March. And then obviously next month we'll check in and see how much we actually spent. In February, again, we spent $3,828 compared to January, where we spent $3,716. So we did end up spending more, but in reality, I don't think we did spend more. I just think that I had less categories in the budget template that I didn't mention. I'm sure things will continue to change as the year progresses, but so far this is what I have. Obviously, a big chunk of that is rent. If our rent was in $2,400, our monthly budget would be a lot less, but you know, life is expensive. The next thing I like to do to reset for the upcoming month is to declutter my desktop. My computer becomes cluttered quite easily, especially after an editing session, so I actually do this many times throughout the month. I just love having a simple, clean desktop because if it's cluttered, then I feel like my brain is cluttered. Once I'm done cleaning out my files, I like to go on Pinterest to find aesthetic images that I can put on my vision board. I love finding images that inspire me in some way and then creating a collage with those images that I can use as a vision board, aka a wallpaper. For some reason, I've been into the color green lately, so I decided to give my neutral backgrounds a break and dip into a bit of color for March. This is my desktop wallpaper. I created one for my iMac as well. This wallpaper will also be up on my Pinterest. Like I told you guys, feeling all the green vibes, and I just really like how it turned out. This is my new lock screen for the month of March. I created a couple different variations. This one is more personalized for me, but I did create a couple different variations that I will have linked below. They will be up on my Pinterest if you want to check them out. This right here is my little whiteboard where I just like to write video ideas for the month, and I just need to switch it over to March. I still need to get a photo developed for this little empty space right here. That's me and my husband on our wedding day. I want to print out more of our wedding photos because all of our wedding photos are digital, but I want to make them a little bit brighter because they look very dark. I need to add that to my to-do list for this week, but I just like to write down when my videos will go live, and I normally update it on a week-by-week basis, but I need to get rid of this since I already know what's going to go up for the rest of February and start planning content for March. Before I go in and schedule all of my videos on my whiteboard, I like to just have a little brain dump in my little notebook. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to write down all the videos that I want to film for the month of March. Alright, so this is what I came up with, and I'll probably come back throughout the next few weeks and add more ideas as they come to me. I always get my video ideas at the most random times, so I'll definitely be adding more to this list. And if you want to see a video from me that I don't have listed here, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll add it to my list and film it. But now I need to schedule these videos and put them on to my little whiteboard. Let me upload a video on Sunday. Wait. Thursday, till tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have question marks on the days that I haven't really figured out quite yet when I'm actually going to upload, but obviously I'll just fill them in as the month goes on. But this is my little whiteboard, keep it very simple and allows me to be organized. All right, you guys, that is pretty much it for my monthly reset video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope this inspired you to get ready for the upcoming month. Let's all get our shit together so we all can have a great March. If there's anything else that I don't already include in my reset videos that you want me to include, definitely let me know in the comments below and I can. Normally I would include the books that I read. Since I read 7 books this month, I wanted to film a completely separate video to be able to give you guys my honest opinions and to tell you guys more about the book. So I'll have that video linked below in case you want to check it out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Really hope it inspired at least one person out there to get ready for the month of March. Hopefully we all have a successful month and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.